Hello everyone, Randy here. As we all know, it's really hard to consume all the fruits and vegetables we should in the course of a day. So today I'm going to use my VitaMix to show you how to make a healthy, refreshing drink that will help you achieve that goal. Now the base of my drink today is going to be spinach. You can use any kind of leafy green vegetable. Spinach, Swiss chard, collards, mustards, kale, cabbage, anything you like. But you want to start with a base of a leafy green vegetable. Now to that, I'm going to add some broccoli, some cucumber, some celery, green apple, lime, lemon, green grapes, pineapple, banana. I'm going to get it all moving with a little bit of coconut water, and I'm going to add some local honey. Now, I'm going to speak on the local honey for just a second. They say if you take in a teaspoon to a tablespoon of local honey a day, it will help build up your immune system to the pollens in your area. So, if you have sinus problems, that might be a good antidote for it, instead of taking some over-the-counter medicine. I hear it can take a year or 2 years, but you just have to stick with it. I've heard it's a miracle when it happens. Let's start getting these ingredients into the blender so we can get the smoothie made. As you can see, for the sake of time, I've already put in my spinach and my broccoli. And I like to put in a little bit of coconut water, just enough to cover the blades to get everything moving. And as you can see, this takes up a lot of volume. So what I'm going to do is just kind of post this down a little bit, get it going, to create a little more room inside. I'm not even going to run it that fast. Alright, like I said, I just want to get that down some. Now, I'm going to start adding the rest of my ingredients. Apple, lime, lemon, rind on, cucumber, and my grapes. I'm going to start there, put the top back on. Now once that starts moving, I'm actually going to add everything else. Pineapple, banana. Now I like to feed my celery in. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm actually going to add a little bit more coconut water to that. Alright, top on. Mix that around a little bit. Now while it's going to go, I'm still going to add my celery in. I'm going to push that around a little bit. Now, as you can see, we got everything in and got it all blended up. Now I'm going to test for consistency and sweetness. If it's not the right consistency for me, I probably won't drink it. So make sure you understand what consistency you like. The VitaMix will actually get it as thin as you want, or you can make it as thick as you want. If you want it to feel more like a meal, leave it more like a puree, a little bit thicker. If you want it more like a drink, like a juice, go on and add more water, more coconut juice, more almond milk, whatever you decide to use to make it thinner so you can consume it. If it's not palatable, you're not going to want to drink it. I'm also going to test for sweetness. If it's not sweet enough, I can add some more honey. I can also add some more fruit. So here we go. I'm going to take a spoon, just kind of dip it in here. It's sweet enough, it's just not quite thin enough. So what I'm going to do is just turn it on, after you turn it low, I'm going to add some more overflow. That should do it. One way, if it's not quite full like this one is, you can actually start to gauge your thickness by how fast it runs down the pitcher. And you'll get to know it's right where I like it by looking at it run down the pitcher. It'll jump up, and if it's really thick, it'll just kind of stick there. Once it starts to thin out, it'll run down faster. Sometimes you can get it as thin as juice, and it'll just actually jump up and run down, jump up and run down. Okay, so here's our green smoothie. I'm going to actually get a nice frosted glass to put it in, and I'm going to show you how I store it. Be right back. Okay, as you can see, I've cleared everything away. Now I'm going to show you how I store mine. It's really hard for me, personally, to make 1 or 2 servings. So what I like to do is make a full pitcher and then store some. If you store it in an airtight container all the way to the top, it eliminates the air, which will stop oxidation and will keep most of your nutrients in, at least for 24 hours. I usually don't keep it more than 24 hours, so a 24-hour maximum is where I like to be. Now what I like to do usually is for my first serving, I will go over to the fridge and get me a nice frosted mug. And that first serving goes in a nice frosted mug. And this is what I'm going to drink now. Now, put that to the side. As you can see, I have a couple different containers. If I'm going to store this for a long period of time and I don't want to use them, I want to use it just as a drink and less as a meal, then I will actually put it in one of these recycled plastic containers. Again, you want to go all the way to the top. But if I'm going to use them for meals, like if I'm on the go, I'm going to use something like this. This is about a 22-ounce container, has a nice pop lid, and again, I can fill this all the way to the top. And I can do 2 or 3 of these. So what I'm going to do first is actually fill this one up. Look at that nice green color. You know that has to be healthy, and it has to be good for you. So now, what I'm going to do is pop this top on. Then proceed to fill it all the way to the top. A little too much. So what I'm going to do is just pop that down. Now, that is totally sealed, no air. That's going to stop, again, the oxidation from happening. So I'm just going to walk over here, rinse this in the sink. That one will be fine. Next, do it again. Fill this one up. Pop the lid on. And fill it up. Again, if you overflow it, it's not really a big deal. That's actually better because you just know you got it all the way to the top and there's no air in there. Again, I can just rinse it off, put it to the side. Now, these are going to the fridge, and actually, one is for later today, one is going to be for in the morning. The one for in the morning, a lot of times, I'll just pop in the freezer, and before I go to bed at night, I'll take it out. Freezing it will also help keep some of the nutrients in. Now I got a little bit left over, and what I'll do is I'll just top off the one that I had from earlier. I love this drink. It gives me energy. It's refreshing, and it's not as bad as it looks. And another thing too, is actually a conversation piece. When I'm out and I'm drinking my green smoothie, people are like, "What is that?" And I start telling them, and they don't get it. And I pour them a little bit, and they try it, and they understand. Man, I can take in my fruits and vegetables and with something that actually tastes good. I hope you learned something today. I hope you give it a try. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.